G'day! Today I am making Turkish bread to go with red lentil dal that I've got cooking in the slow cooker over there. And the recipe is not my own, it's one that I found on the internet, so hopefully it's easy. I've changed it a little bit because some of the ingredients I didn't like. So here goes, hopefully it's a successful recipe, and if it is, I'll be posting it. Okay, so these are the ingredients. Got organic self-raising flour, 500 grams of that, which is obviously half of that. And we've got sunflower oil, so there's 3 tablespoons of that, 2 tablespoons of dry yeast, and yes, I have the cutest measuring utensils. This is teaspoons and tablespoons, and a mini whisk. And these are the cup measurements for liquid. So there's 150 mils of warm milk, and so I'm using the organic bond soy. And there's also 150 mils of warm filtered water, so I've mixed it all together in here. Obviously that makes 300 milliliters. And there's 1 teaspoon of salt, so I'm using pink Himalayan salt. And so here goes. Those are the ingredients again, and I'll put that on the description on the YouTube video anyway. Okay, so first I'm going to measure the flour, and according to Google, 500 grams is either 4 cups or 2 cups. I have no idea, so I'm going to go with 2 cups first, and I'll see how much that is. And don't mind me, I'm a little bit of a messy cook. So that looks like heaps. So I think it's 2 cups of flour, not 4. And I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to get these nifty little measurers. Throw that in, and we want to put the yeast in. So the yeast, there's 2 tablespoons of that. This is 1 tablespoon here, so we'll put 2 of those in. So I guess that's 2 packets. Let me just open up another one. That's a dry yeast. 2 tablespoons sounds like enough, a lot. But we're sort of following this recipe. And we've got the milk and the water. Oh, first actually I might just stir this up a little bit with this whisker. Alright, so we are going to add the milk and the water. Stir that for a bit. And then we are going to add the sunflower oil. So there is 3 tablespoons of that. The original recipe had olive oil. I do not like olive oil, so I substitute that with sunflower oil, and it's always organic, always cold pressed. That's a lot of oil too. So we'll give that a good stir. It does seem really, really liquidy. I think I'm going to put in like another half a cup of flour, just because of how that looks. Bear with me. So you know this is either going to be really yummy or an absolute disaster. So that's half a cup of flour. And that looks a bit better. So I think 500 grams is maybe 2.5 cups of flour. Does seem a bit buggy. We'll just add the rest of that. I'm going to add a little bit more flour. I'm going to add a bit more flour. So I think about 3 cups of flour is ideal. Just going to mix that in. Don't worry, all the right ratios will be in the description list on the YouTube video. That does look a bit better. Not that I've ever made Turkish bread before, so it's not super gluggy like it was before. Give it a good mix around. I'm gonna give it a knead soon. Alrighty, so a bit of a mix. I don't know whether it's meant to be sticking to my fingers like that or not. In the video it didn't look like it was sticking to their fingers. Okay, so that's quite sticky. I think I really need to add some more flour. So maybe it is 4 cups of flour like the second internet posted. So anyway, I'm just going to go on and add another cup. Ooh, that was a lot of flour. Okay. It does look better, so I'm guessing my first Google was the right one because it said 4 cups, and then I looked and I was like, that's a lot of flour. So I went and looked at another site and it said 2 cups. So yeah, I'm guessing it's 4 cups. So I'm giving that a bit of a knead. It's sort of exciting to see how it's going to end up. Hopefully it's going to be a success. Alright, so I've given that a really good knead, and I don't use Glad wrap, so I'm covering it with a reusable cover, and you let that sit for an hour to do its magic, whatever it does. So we'll be back in an hour. Has passed and we're about to take the cover off, and it's risen a lot, which I hope is good. So I'm going to take that out. I'm going to put some flour on my hands. So put some flour on the chopping board. I'm using the organic flour again. I'm going to put some flour on my hands so it doesn't stick to my hands. Get that out. So, according to the video that I watched, this is what you do. You pat it down in a circle and chop it into bits. That was a truck, by the way. So chop it into, I'm going to chop it into quarters. So each quarter you roll out flat into another circle. Just adjust that so you can see a bit better. Some more flour on the rolling pin. This is the first time I've used a rolling pin in I don't know how long. So, just like making Play-Doh. So roll it out to about that thick. So I guess it's about 2 centimeters thick. And I'm going to put that on another plate. Fry that in a sec. So I'm just going to roll out 2. Actually feels like really therapeutic. Who knows, I might make this again. Alright, so we've got 2 to fry up. Bear with me. Okay, so I've put about a tablespoon of oil in there. And that is heating. And I'm going to put it in there. And it says fry for 5 to 6 minutes. And I use the sunflower oil. Normally I would cook with coconut oil. Sunflower oil is not really heat stable, but I thought it'd probably give it a better taste. So we'll see as it goes. So I flipped it over and gave it about a couple minutes on the other side, and I'll give it 2 or 3 on this side, and we'll see how it turns out. So far it's looking pretty yummy. I'm impressed. Taste test coming up. They look good and they turned out sort of like the video, so we'll see what they taste like soon.